We'll stay then with that pressure that is facing grade 12 learners. We're joined by Life After Matric founder Kefilwe Bopape. Kefilwe, good evening to you. Thanks for your time. I suppose the name of your organization speaks for itself, right? And that's really what many of these learners have to bear in mind, that there is very much life that takes place after matric.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity. Yes, I think at the back of our minds when we started the organization, it was through our personal experiences and realizing that we needed preparation for us to be able to understand life after matric. So all of those experiences brought us where we are now able to help young youth back home, especially in Hammanskraal, to make sure that they are better prepared for matric and any opportunity after matric.
Where did you find the greatest challenges lay for you as you completed your matric?
So for me, it was really not even understanding how to apply or where to apply or choosing the career that I wanted to follow. I understood that I was good with math, I was good with physics and chemistry to some extent. I wanted to be a doctor, I wanted to be different things at once, and I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have anyone who could help me understand that journey. I didn't understand how to apply, where to apply. I didn't have parents who knew how to explain that process for me. So having to navigate and find that information by myself was very difficult. My first year at the University of Cape Town was one of the hardest experiences of my life. And even just the basic language of English was difficult. Also, we were computer illiterate at that point. So for me, that first year felt more like I'm just catching up and not really experiencing first year like other people. So you get there, you realize that there's no longer writing assignments. You have to type assignments. You have to understand the word count. You have to understand what's demanded from you by lecturers. And so having to adapt to a different environment, first of all, moving into race, and then now having to adapt to the demand of your current course was really just challenging. So I think that is what fueled us coming to say there is life after matric, but how do we make sure that a young person, a black young person to be specific, is well prepared for any opportunity that comes with life after matric?
Kefilwe, there's nothing, more important than solving problems from the perspective of having lived through some of those issues. What then did you find as the solution to helping you on your own journey? And share with us perhaps where you are today.
All right, thank you for that. What really helped was understanding the role of a mentor when I got to university. So seeing that there actually is someone you can talk to, even if that person is not a family member. What that did for me was gave me a broader understanding that we can actually go back home to do the same thing that someone is doing for us when you get to varsity. For me, having to step in at varsity level was just too late. So for me, it said to me that, okay, identify the gap. So what you see is that there's a gap between high school and university level where you have to understand the courses that you want to enroll in. You have to understand the marks, the APS score, the language that actually gets you into university. You have to understand it as a high schooler, understanding why you must apply at grade 10 or at grade 11, the opportunities, the funding, all of that. So what we then did, I spoke to some of my then student that we were studying at UCT, that how about we go home and we have this initiative that we can go to schools, speak to learners and make sure that we can contribute. So currently I am happy to say that we run an NPO that has been running for 6 years, and we meet every Saturday. We are working with a lot of schools around Hammanskraal where we have learners from grade 8 to grade 12. Every Saturday they meet from 8 until 2 p.m. We have 6 committed tutors who deal with them. We also have student advisors. We also have mentors. Currently, due to the demand of grade 12 learners, we have had to extend our time till 4 p.m. Mind you, this is a group of people who just said, I can pause my life to make sure that a grade 12 learner is as prepared as they can possibly be. So we also have access to online learning where they can be able to tune in and connect with us via WhatsApp, or we can do Teams or Zooms. And I think another positive thing that we realized during this time was when parents stepped forward to say, listen, we are coming on board to support our learners. So some of the parents go as far as saying, we'll take away their cell phones because we know that social media can be disturbing around this time. And we're also encouraging parents that contribute as much as you can. Sometimes even just taking away the chores that a learner was supposed to do during this period would be something that helps them deal with the level of stress that they have to deal with. So I think at this moment the organization is identifying any opportunity to make sure that they assist grade 12 learners.
Kefilwe, really congratulations on the work that you're doing. And how did you resolve the personal journey that you've also had to be on in terms of deciding what to ultimately study and having to navigate your way through UCT?
Research. For me, I became friends with Google. So I would just go in there. I remember that time I was interested in community development and it was not offered anywhere. So as I was in UCT, I would we have student centers that you can consult. I went there, I did different tests that were available, personality tests, and I wanted to find more about myself. I wanted to understand my strengths, the kind of person that I was, because sometimes I'd be in class and a lecturer is teaching, but I felt disconnected to what I was trying to learn. So for me, it was really a disjuncture of what I'm learning and how to apply it. So the more I learned about myself, and then I looked for courses that spoke to the person that I was. So I think taking those free personal tests online really helped me a lot. And as I'm saying, having a mentor. That person that I met in varsity is different people actually, but knowing that you could come and sit down with someone and explain to them the kind of pressure you're feeling and that you're confused and you don't know, that allowance brought me to where I am today, which is why for me it's really a passion to be able to sit down with a young person and assist them on their journey, because I feel like Life After Matric is striving to be more than just an organization. We are pushing to be a sister to that young girl who doesn't know where to, who's frustrated, to that young man who doesn't have a brother to come and say, this is what I want to do. Even for people who fail their matric, we're still interested to come and say, passing matric is not the only route that you can take after matric. We encourage people to think about starting businesses. So we are not just narrow-minded. We have a program, for example, that we call Beyond the Classroom. And the reason we have that is because we believe that education is beyond the walls of a classroom. So you're not limited to just going into university. There's a lot of things that you can do. There's different opportunities that you can tap into. And when you're on a gap year, look for those volunteering opportunities. Look for where you can go in and find more about yourself. So for me, it meant that I had to do research and ask for help. I wasn't quiet, sitting at home, feeling sorry for myself. So I had to step out. So we encourage learners to also not be in that comfort zone where they feel pressure. Reach out to us, text us on Facebook, on WhatsApp. My numbers are available on the website, on Facebook. So we respond to every learner, and I'm happy to say that even Facebook has picked up a lot. We get communication from all the provinces in South Africa. Some people text us in Zulu. I have no idea what they're saying, but I find out and I reply. And when I can't assist, I have other NPOs that I work with, because I've joined developments such as Psych and Activate, where they've helped me engage with other NPOs that do the same thing. So I'm able to ask some of those to step in and assist. So for me, it was a matter of making sure that you take control of your life and you seek help when you need to.
All right. Life After Matric founder Kefilwe Bopape, thank you so much for coming on to the show today, also for sharing your own experience in as far as some of the issues that you're trying to respond to through this organization.